All right, we should be live. What is up, everybody? Here we are breaking down the Cup Series slate today. We got a nice slate. I actually don't really like this slate that much. We'll get into why. But make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. Ask any questions in the chat. I will be here to answer them as I already see one. We got Newman or Bubba Wallace. I'm gonna take Bubba Wallace on that. What's up, Nate? Everyone hit that like button on the way in. Yes, sir. Everyone hit that like. Busher or Chastain in cash? I will go Chastain in cash. All right, I'm going to start out with a little bit of a rundown of all these. Actually, hold on. Let me sort these drivers by salary real quick. All right, there you go. I'm going to go with a rundown, just a quick little rundown of all the drivers on the slate and what they all need to do to pay off their salary and if I like them. Any questions you guys got, make sure to say them down in the chat. I will be willing to answer those. All right, maybe we're only going to do questions today. Maybe I'm not even going to go through the drivers. Hello, good afternoon. How was your night? I did great yesterday in one of my cash lineups and a little of my GBPs and 120 total. Appreciate the knowledge and advice, and thank you again, bro. Yes, sir, dude. That's awesome. Great to hear it. Great to hear we're getting those dubs in. That's what we love to see. Is LaJoy in play today? I'm not too high on LaJoy. I think the lowest salary guy I'm going to go is Ryan Preece. I don't really see any way Corey LaJoy pays off that salary unless there's a ton of accidents. So I don't like to play guys just for that reason, so I'm probably not going to go there. All right, let's start. Kyle Larson. He's going to need you to lead laps today. He starts 14th. I don't really care. The place differential doesn't really affect anything that I want to do with him. He's going to need to lead laps, pay off that salary. Look, he's been great all year at the 1.5 mile tracks. I will say it worries me just a little bit, not that much, but it worries me a little bit that this race is in the package that we usually see at the short tracks and the flatter tracks, and we've not seen Larson do well this year at those tracks. However, historically, he just hasn't been as great at short tracks, but he has done really well here in the past. Almost won a race here in a 42 car a few years ago. Has had a bunch of top fives as well. So I really like Kyle Larson. I want to play him a good bit. But just that one little doubt in my mind just makes me like Hamlin and Truex maybe just a little bit more, but still really do like Larson. Joey Logano starting 12th. He's going to also need you to lead laps. I don't feel as confident about this one. He just hasn't really shown a lot of speed at the 1.5 mile tracks this year. Although he has done well with this package in the other race in the short track races. We've seen him lead a lot of laps like Martinsville and Richmond. So Joey Logano. I like all these other guys that are priced up really high more, but I still do like Logano. I'm going to have some ownership to him. Denny Hamlin starting 7th. He's going to be someone that I really like. Him and Truex are probably going to be my favorite Dominator plays of the day. Those are the most. He's just been really good at Darlington his whole career. He's led a bunch of laps at this track as well. So, and we've seen Hamlin be fast in this package this year. He should have won Richmond, which is in this package, so I'm going to like him. Is Half worth the punt in cash if I can get Larson, Bowman, Bell, Kurt Busch, and Stenhouse? Ooh, that's interesting for cash. Look at Quinn Half. Let me go take a look at Quinn Half for cash. Starting 35th. I don't know. In reality, he maxes out at like a top 30. He's not going to score you a lot of points. I don't usually like to do that. That's not personally how I like to play, but if you feel comfortable doing it, you can. I probably wouldn't just because, Quinn Half probably gets you like 10 points and that's it. So if it's a big-time Dominator day or, a lot of places differential happens, that could leave you behind. Hey, Nate, top 3 Dominators. It's going to be Larson, Hamlin, Truex. Amarola or Stonkhouse, we're going to go with Ricky Stenhouse there. Just the salary makes me like Stenhouse, but if you have the salary up to Amarola, I don't hate it. I think they're both pretty similar plays, to be honest, from like finishing spot perspective. But, from salary, Stenhouse is cheaper, so... Martin Truex Jr., kind of the same thing as Hamlin, great at this track. He's going to need you to lead laps, so we like that. Brad Keselowski starting on the pole is going to need to lead laps to pay off the salary. But he does have the best starting position. We've seen him do really well here in the past. He's won here before, led a good bunch of laps in the first Darlington race a year ago. He did start on the pole for that race as well. So I do like Keselowski here, just probably not as much as some of these other guys. I think it's more likely that he starts out really fast and then kind of fades throughout the day. But you never know. He's still going to be someone I like. Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick, I'm going to group them together. They both need to lead laps, and honestly, I'm not going to be all that interested here. I know Kyle Busch won last week, so it's on fresh in everybody's mind, but he only led 20 laps. It's not like he was really out there leading laps for the most part. He would not have won that race. There wasn't all those cautions at the end. So I don't really expect him to be a lap leader here again. I think he probably there's a good shot he gets top 5. And maybe even a top 10. So that does make me like Kyle Busch, but I don't think as a DFS play, I don't really like him. I don't think he'll lead laps. Same thing with Kevin Harvick. We just still haven't seen the speed for him to lead laps. Amarola starting from the rear today, failed inspection 2 times. Yeah, he did. But that doesn't really matter. He was starting 27th anyway. He'll be able to get past those 10 cars pretty fast. They're all bad, so that doesn't worry me at all. You think Reddick can pick up fast laps today? Yeah, I do. I really like Tyler Reddick. I don't think he'll get to the lead, but fast laps for sure. This is a track that suits his style, driving around the outside, really near the wall. So yeah, I think Reddick can get some fast laps. Who else near the rear? Who else do we like near the rear? It's going to be Stenhouse. It's going to be Amarola. Um, we'll talk about Eric Jones in a minute. Cole Custer, maybe. Those are probably the guys. Oh, Ryan Preece. Ryan Preece is the cheapest I'm going today. He starts far enough in the back. Which cash lineup you like better? Larson, Bowman, Byron, Amarola, Chastain, and Preece, or Larson, Bowman, Bell, Kurt Busch, McDowell, and Preece? I'm going to go with the first one. I don't want to play McDowell at all anywhere. So, well, I don't like Byron for cash at all, actually. I wouldn't play William Byron in cash games. Or Michael McDowell. But the first one overall I like better. But I mean, if you want to play Byron in cash, it probably won't kill you. Newman, Bubba, or Custer. I like Bubba the most. That's the guy I'm going to be interested the most today. He has the best equipment. He has the fastest car. He's had success at Darlington in the past, in other series, not in the Cup Series, but even in the 43 car, he never ran bad. So, he never was awful. He would get some top 20s here and there. So I think we can see Bubba pay off that salary, and he needs top 15. Larson will be highly owned. Who's the best pivot from him in GPP? So I think Hamlin and Truex are also going to be really highly owned, but I think those two would be ones to go to. But the one that's really going to be low owned is Chase Elliott. I think he has a lot of Dominator upside. I think that's someone who definitely could get out front and lead laps. We haven't seen the great speed from him this year, but recently he's been driving a lot better, having a lot faster cars, and we've seen him have a lot of success at Darlington. That's probably my low owned Dominator that I like today. I actually have a good bit of him, so hoping he gets out front. But, immediate pivots off of Larson is going to be Hamlin and Truex, but those are two are going to be highly owned as well. The really low-owned one I like is Elliott. Men starting from the real man, from the rear, my man Natty Light. Yeah, let's go. Natty Light, yes, sir. So I think that's the only guy I've seen starting from the rear. I can go check real quick, but I don't believe I've seen anyone else starting from the rear. If anyone knows anyone else starting from the rear, let me know. But the only notable one that I've seen so far is Eric Amarola. I'll go look on Pockers' Twitter real quick. Any expensive guys you're full fade today? Kyle Busch and Harvick, I have none, and I have very little Joey Logano, like 2 lines with Joey Logano. Those are the guys I have no Harvick or Kyle Busch, and I have no Blaney. He's not really expensive, but do you like Truex, Elliott, Bowman, Bell, Chastain, Preece? Truex, Elliott, Bowman. Yeah, that's fine. I like that lineup. Let me go see here. Amarola to the rear. That's it so far. Only one we know so far is Eric Amarola to the rear. I don't know where I was at. You guys have any more questions, let me know. Also, I'm at Harvick and Busch. Love Alex Bowman here. Needs a top 8. As long as he doesn't wreck, he'll have that. He can get some fast laps as well, possibly lead laps he did last year. So, like Alex Bowman. Chase Elliott, already talked about him. Ryan Blaney, I'm full fading Blaney today because he's awful here. 20.33 average finish at Darlington. That was last year, but he's been bad. Even his average positions are bad at Darlington. He's awful at this track. And maybe he turns it around today, but I don't feel like he will. Bell or Kurt Busch in cash, I prefer Christopher Bell. William Byron starting 5th. He's going to need you to lead laps to pay off that salary. He's, deep lap leader tournament possibility. We've seen the fast laps. We've seen the potential to get out front for Byron this year. Feel like it's a lot less likely than everybody else we've mentioned, but, it can happen, so I'm going to have a little bit of him in tournaments. In cash, Bubba, Custer, Newman. I think you were talking GPP. Okay, cash for Bubba, Custer, Newman. Honestly, I think I'd still go Bubba, but Custer, it's not going to be Newman. I don't like Ryan Newman here at all. Custer starts a spot farther back. I think the way that the Stewart-Haas team's been driving this year, they're just slow. I guess Custer probably for cash. I don't know. That's really a coin flip to me. They're really similar plays. I like Bubba a little bit more just because of the equipment, but Custer, he's fine as well. Larson or Truex in cash? Probably Larson. 30-pack and Natty Light, one low-owned driver, and I'll pick one. Wait, what? For a 30-pack and Natty Light, pick one low-owned driver, and I'll pick one. Okay. If I had to pick one low-owned driver today, it's probably going to be Tyler Reddick. There. Christopher Bell, love him today, starting 21st. Needs top 10? We've seen him have top 10 speed all year, and in this package, he's done very well. Phoenix had a great run. Martinsville had a great run. Or 2 of those 3 races, he had a good run. The 3 that are in this package, not counting the dirt track. So really like Christopher Bell. Kurt Busch needs a top 9, I think. yeah, top 9. The problem here with Kurt Busch is we haven't seen the speed recently from him, so that scares me. Yeah, so I mean, I'm fine with Kurt Busch if you really want to go there, but I mean, I have some of him in tournaments, but not a ton. Eric Jones is the interesting one today for me. He needs a top 14, and look, um, I actually have Eric Jones today because I don't think anybody's playing him. I think he's going to be completely low owned, because he's $8,200, and you're paying $8,200 for a 43 car. And like I thought coming into this week, we're going to see chalk Eric Jones just because he, this is his best track. Like this is by far his best track. He has a win here, like a dominant win here. Just by far his best track we've ever seen from Eric Jones. So I thought for sure he was going to come in and be really low owned and be in the 7K range, but he's 8,200 now. So they priced him up, which good. I'm happy they did. But I think I'm still going to play him because I don't think anyone's going to play him. And if this guy's really this talented at this track, he'll be able to wheel that thing into a top 15 and possibly a top 10. I think it's really unlikely, but I don't think anyone's going to play him. And I don't really ever like to go solely on track history, but his track history is so good that it makes me somewhat interested. Thoughts on the Watermelon Man? Yeah, Rosh Chastain, I like him here. Starting 18th, I believe, or something like that. I think it's 18th. Yeah, I mean, he needs a top 14 to pay off his salary. He's really cheap. He's been fast this year. I'm fine. I like Rosh Chastain. I have a good bit of him today. Chalk is Yaley in the Natty car. Oh, Yale is JJ Yaley driving a Natty car? I did not know that. That's funny. Is he even in this race? I don't even. Yeah, he is in this race. Okay. Amarola or Stenhouse and Cash. I go Stenhouse. Let's keep going down this list here. Eric Amarola, I like him. He starts 27, needs a top 15. If he can just have a, not an awful race, he'll be fine. Matthew Benedetto, he is going to need a top 6. I have a little bit of him today. He's been fast recently, having some really good runs, but for the most part, we haven't really seen it. I just don't really expect him to, keep that up, those top 5 runs. Like, he shouldn't have had a top 5 last week. The only reason he did was because of all those wrecks. So if that doesn't happen this week, then Di Benedetto probably won't be optimal again, but I do still have him in tournaments. Love some Ricky Stenhouse here. Love him. He needs a top, 16 to pay off this salary. Love his experience at this track. I know he wrecked on lap 1 last year, but, don't be saying, oh, he wrecked on lap 1, he's going to do it again. He probably won't. If he does, my bad. He's been fast this year. The improvement on this team has been great. Love to see it. I think Stenhouse is a more talented driver than he gets credit for, so I do like him. Austin Dillon is going to need to hang on to that spot. I think he needs top 7. I like Dillon here. Really good at this track. We've seen him have a lot of success here, so I think this is a good tournament play. Amarola or Kurt Busch and Cash. I go Amarola. Busch easy. Tyler Reddick starts 10th. To pay off his salary, Tyler Reddick is going to need a top 8. This is a car that it's the same team as Austin Dillon. The speed should be there, and he just needs to ride around the top and pick up those fast laps, which this is a track that just really goes to his needs. I could honestly see him, if you had to give me a long shot to win this race, say I would pick Reddick. I think he'll have a good run. He can get you some fast laps and finish inside that top 10 and should have a good race today. You look like Daniel Suarez. Well, okay, didn't see that one coming. Ryan Newman, he's going to need a top 13 to pay off that salary, starting 20th at $7,200. I don't see it. I mean, he just hasn't had that kind of speed to finish up inside a top 13 all year. I think Newman's going to get ownership today, because I haven't seen a lot of people talking about Ryan Newman, and I don't want to play him. So I much prefer Custer or Bubba Wallace, starting 24th and 23rd. Kind of already touched on them. They're just kind of really similar plays to me. Both need top 15s to pay off that salary. I think one of them does it, one of them doesn't. So one of them does it, and one of them does not do it. So just take that for what you want. Chase Briscoe, starting 22nd, is going to need a top 15. Just haven't seen the speed from him all year, and going to a track that's tough like Darlington, I don't think he'll get it. Suarez needs a top 12. All right. Yeah, Suarez needs a top 12 to pay off that salary. I think that's interesting. I think it's an interesting tournament play. But I like some of these other guys around here more. I like Chris Buescher. He needs a top 10 to pay off that salary. That car's been fast to 1.5 miles this year. Although I will say again, this is a different package than the other 1.5 miles, but I'm still interested. Rosh Chastain, we already talked about him, really like him. Michael McDowell's going to have to hold on to his spot to pay off that salary. I don't think he'll do it. And then Ryan Preece needs a top 20. I don't really like Ryan Preece. It's just you need some sort of value somewhere. So, starting 28th, or 29th, I think he can get up there. It's just It's not, a spot that I really love, but still going to be somewhat interested. Savage Politics, Priest, best cheap play. Yeah, that's the cheapest I'm going is Ryan Priestley. I'm not going any Corey LaJoy, Haley, Alfredo, and none of these other guys down here. All right, well, that was my quick little rundown. So, be sure ask some questions. Make sure to leave a like in that on this video. If you're new, subscribe. I mean, got a good bit of viewers in here, so make sure to hit that like button. We only got 8 likes. Need to turn that up. So yeah, be sure to ask some questions as well. That's what I'm here for. I'll be answering anything. Here we go. Let's see who my guy Bob Pockers picked on Twitter today. Scroll. Bob Pockers picks Kyle Larson to win. Shocker. We got a Kyle Larson pick to win. Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Logano, Harvick, long shot Eric Jones. Eric Jones won't win. His cars are not good enough for him to win this race. All right, any questions we got up in here? Any questions? Be sure to leave your questions. I will answer them below because we still got people watching. So, some questions. Hey, Mom. Oh, happy Mother's Day, Mom. You get into the 3-hour risk-free tournament? No, it filled up in like half an hour, bro. I cannot believe that. It was. I saw it on Twitter and I was like, I'm gonna go find it, and then I didn't. So now I'm kind of mad at Nick it. But it filled up in literally half an hour. Would you pair Chase and Larson? Yeah, yes, I would. I have lineups like that today. For a tournament, I would probably want to go Chase in cash. I think it's fine in cash, but I wouldn't. I mean, less likely he leads laps in my opinion, but I do like Chase and Larson pairing. Awesome, thanks. Yes, sir. Hope to make some money today. Hoping for some big money today. This slate, though, I do not like this slate at all. I was making live saying I was just like, oh, because the value sucks. Like, none of this value stands out to me. Like, all this value down here, like there's very realistic chances of all these guys, in my opinion, paying off their salaries. So you really just got to dig and find the value that you like more. So it's tough in that aspect. And then the thing that this is a 1.5 mile track in a different package really scares me because we haven't seen anything like this year. Like usually the bigger tracks we have I always forget if it's 750 or 550. I always forget which horsepower it is. But the one that they run the short tracks is what they're running here, and we haven't seen. So like Kyle Larson, yeah, he's been so dominant on these 1.5 mile tracks this year, but not in his package. So like that just scares me a little bit. So a little bit nervous on this one, but it's fine. Gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta plant your flags. I've already done it. And Larson, Hamlin, Truex, those are my guys this week. Really, my main 3. Got some Keselowski. This track is an MF or 2. Yeah, this track's tough, man. It's a hard track to race at. That's why I like to go with the guys that are a little bit more experienced. But, I mean, in this series, everyone's experienced. That's really the other series that I like to find the guys more experienced. Larson, Chase, Bowman, Priest, Chastain, Stenhouse. Yeah, I like that lineup. I'm interested where ownership's going to come in on Kyle Busch this week, because now Kyle Busch, back in 2 years ago when he was dominating NASCAR and he won a championship, he was super high owned every single week. And even last year when he was struggling, people were still playing him because he's Kyle Busch. But this year not as much because we haven't seen the speed as much as we used to. But now he's coming off a win, so I'm interested if people are just going to go right back there. I mean, he won last week, but he wasn't the fastest. He was fast, but he wasn't the fastest car by any means. Like Larson should have won that race, and if it wasn't Larson, it should have been Hamlin. So. Cash, Larson, Bowman, Bell, Chastain, Stenhouse, and Buescher, or Larson, Bowman, Bell, Amarola, Chastain, and Priest. Second one. I'm also really interested where Eric Jones' ownership's going to come in, because I definitely have way too much Eric Jones today, but it just feels like everyone, I've seen so many people say not to play him this week. And I get it. I completely understand why we're not playing Eric Jones, why people don't want to play Eric Jones. That 43 car sucks. But, if we're just going to 100% throw out that track history, and I'm not saying by any means that this is a great play, but it's just man, I haven't seen one person here ask me about Eric Jones. No one wants to play Eric Jones, and I understand it. I'm probably going to screw myself over by playing him, but if he's just that good at this track, I mean, shoot, he might find his way into a top 10, especially if there's a late caution or something. I'm really interested on, just from a NASCAR, from a fan perspective, to see how he does in this race. If he can get himself in the top 15, that really shows that I feel like he's, okay, wasn't necessarily just a car that he was on. He's actually kind of talented. So I'm interested in how he does. If he wrecks, whatever. What's cracking, Nate? Yo, what's good? I'm all over E. Jones. That's why I'm not talking about him. LOL. Yeah. Oh man, he scares me, man. He could kill us. He could kill us, Adam. He really could. It scares me. I didn't really want to play $8,200 Eric Jones. Like if he was $7,500 and he was gonna be chalk, I would have just faded him because I mean that car's trash. But now because he's not gonna be owned, I don't want to talk about it. Is playing both those last two I asked about these? Yeah, I like both those lineups. They were both good. Any other questions? Any other questions today? Hopefully this is gonna be good. Hopefully this is gonna be a good race. The Xfinity race sucked yesterday. At least from my opinion, when you have Noah Gragson bet and then, cautions come out and his pit crew's terrible. At least I think it was his pit crew. Something on pit road was terrible. Ridiculous. It's not going to rain today, right? Let me look that up. I mean, I haven't heard anything about rain, so probably not. Usually, everyone on Twitter is just talking about rain when it's going to rain. But let's look up Darlington, South Carolina real quick. Nope, no rain. Well, that's nice. Yeah, I get it. It's a dice roll for 8,200. Yep, 100%. What do you think about Kurt just got here? I like Kurt Busch, but there's other guys I prefer. Like, I'd much rather just pay an extra 200 for Christopher Bell if you can, and then I'd rather probably go down to Eric Amarola and find other salary. But Kurt Busch is fine. We just haven't necessarily seen the speed from him to really get a top 9. He's done well here in the past. Like, don't get me wrong, he's been very successful driver over his career at Darlington. But the car this year, the speed just hasn't been the same. So, I mean, I'd like him as a tournament play, but I think he's going to be pretty highly owned, and that scares me. So. But he's interesting. I'm still going to have some ownership to him. Hey, we got too many viewers with not enough likes. Make sure to hit that like button. You can always follow me on Twitter, too, if you want to ask questions to me over there before the race starts. Natelin_. It's my Twitter. What did you think of Gibbs the other day? He's going to be good. He kept getting penalties. Yeah. He's a stud, man. Ty Gibbs is ridiculously talented. He should have had top 5 yesterday. He got 2 penalties, went all the way to the back, drove all the way back up to the front, and then he got in that, what else happened? There was something else that happened. Was it the Brandon Jones thing where Jones got spun out and he ran into the back of him? I mean, didn't get any damage, but I feel like there was another thing that happened to him. But he just kept on, for whatever reason, having to go to the back, just starting at the back and just driving his way back up to the front. He's so good. I know he's in a good car, but, I mean, Daniel Hemrick wouldn't be able to do that in that Joe Gibbs racing car. Like, there's just guys that, that are just that talented. He's 18. He's going to be really good. I'm telling you, he's winning the Xfinity Series championship next year. I will place a bet to start the season if I can. I don't know if Sportsbook has Xfinity Series odds for championship, but I will place one to start the season on Ty Gibbs. He's winning it next year. And he'll probably have one more year in that series, then he's moving up to Cup. I don't know where. I don't know what team. Probably, he's going to be in Joe Gibbs Racing, but I don't know which team's gone, what driver's gone. I'd assume probably Truex at this point, or maybe Hamlin just goes over to the 23 team and drives over there. Every time my Gibbs lineups were looking good, he gets screwed on penalty. Oh, yeah. I mean, I was doing great yesterday on DraftKings, and then at the very end, Harrison Burton went down pit road 2 laps to go, which was stupid, and Ty Gibbs got a penalty, and it just killed me. I was going to profit big time, and I wasn't going to take down tournament, but I was going to have a really nice day, and just, I think I went barely over breaking even yesterday, so whatever. And Noah Gragson didn't win, too, so that killed me, too, so it's just a rough day. Rough day. But some of you in here clearly did good from what I've heard, so that's good. All right, we got any other questions in here? I'm going for 24 minutes. I would like to go some more, but if I don't get any questions, I'll probably head on out. So be sure to leave some questions. I had a ton of H. Burton too. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. That was an awful, awful decision. Just from a race point of view, that was stupid. I get that was probably their only shot to win, but they gave up a top 5, and it's not like Burton has a win yet this year. They're still trying to. They're gonna point their way in, but they're still trying to point their way into the playoffs. I don't think he hasn't won a race yet this year, right? Yeah. The Xfinity Series is weird. Like, Burton hasn't won. Gragson hasn't won. Let's see, Brandon Jones. None of those three have won a race yet this year. It's just crazy to me. Stupid. Yeah, it was dumb. It was very dumb. The Cup Series, I tweeted out, like, last week, or 2 weeks ago, before Talladega, about, like, all these drivers that haven't won races yet in their 3 series, and then Keselowski won, and then Kyle Busch won, and then Sheldon Creed won. So I guess everything's starting to turn around. That would mean Chase Elliott or Harvick or Hamlin wins this week, right? And then, hopefully next week Gragson wins. Where are they next week? Next week's not Coda, right? I don't think it's Coda. It was something else. Is next week Dover, maybe? Next week might be Dover. I think next week's Dover. Next week's Dover or Coda. I don't know. I usually don't look at next week until tomorrow. I'll look at it tomorrow morning, but start doing my research. I don't know if you guys saw, but Coda, the tracks that are doing qualifying and practice, so other than Charlotte, but like Coda, Nashville, there's a few others. Those races, the qualifying is like 3 hours before the race starts, so I don't really know how that's going to work for me here. I mean, I guess we're just going to do a live stream. I mean, I might do a shorter video earlier in the week just talking about who I think could lead laps, who I think could do well, and then just maybe, live stream after qualifying telling who I like for place differential, because Dominators won't change based on qualifying at all. Maybe the road course it will, but other tracks not really. Yeah, Dover's next week, okay. Well, this race should be interesting to see what, this honestly, Darlington and Dover are the 2 tracks that like compare the most to each other for me, because they're just both those high bank tracks, short, not super long like Homestead, but they're still steeper tracks, so that'll be interesting. See who we like there. Chase Elliott usually does really well there, so if he does well here today, that'll make me like him a lot next week. Any other questions? Any other questions before we head on out? Anything? Make sure to leave that like. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Like to gain subscribers from these live streams, the vibes. I made outright bets today, by the way, on Hamlin win, Elliott win, and Bowman win. That's what I'm betting to win. Didn't bet Larson. And Larson's finally going to win. Every time I bet Larson, he loses. The one race I didn't bet Larson on this year, he won. So he's definitely going to win now that I didn't bet him, but maybe I'll throw 5 in on him just to be safe. And then of course, like Kevin Harvick's going to win or something. Good luck, everyone. Yeah, good luck to you as well, Adam. Alright, well, looks like we're not getting many more questions, so I'm probably just going to head out today. Yeah. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Thanks for watching, as always. Really love seeing everyone come in here, so, yeah, have a great rest of your day. Is Wallace good cash play? Yeah. I like Bubba and Cash. Got you, bro.